Cubs Ford upcoming schedule looks like that. WGN tomorrow night, 6 o'clock Central. And then 1 o'clock on a Sunday, back home, long homestand. Reds, Cardinals, Nationals beginning Monday night. Ford, go further in any one of Ford's many fuel-efficient vehicles. Check out America's freshest lineup at your local Ford store or at localfordstores.com. Chris Russin's been really good tonight. So has Lance Lynn. Tony Cruz lines and a leaping stab by Castro for the out.
There's been 2 or 3 line drive outs to go along with some sharply hit base hits, but he's kept the ball in the ballpark. The only walks he's issued have been the intentional walks to Kozma to get to the pitcher Lynn. Well, certainly not a dominating performance by Russin, but bottom line is he hasn't given up any runs. And this guy here has been the toughest out.
3 for 3, John Jay. This time it's a single, and Kozma won't be intentionally walked.
Not a bad pitch. Good piece of hitting by Jay. Cardinals dead last in the National League in stolen bases. Their lineup tonight collectively have stolen 14 bases all year. Holliday's the leader with 5.
Outside.
Yeah, we might play a little hit and run here. Three steals, caught once for Jay.
Low 2-0.
You got to be careful here. Don't get too consumed with the base runner over there at first base. You got Kozma, a weak hitting shortstop, up followed by Lynn. It'd be a huge mistake to walk Kozma here. The movement on that pitch.
Is that a cutter?
It's a sinker or something. I thought a changeup initially, but it was 87 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Man.
Sinker.
That's a nasty action. Kozma's lucky he didn't hit it. Might have been a double play ball.
Jay inching off first. A 2-1 count to Kozma. The pitch. 3-1. off the end of the bat, it's going to land foul.
Now 3-2-1 out with a right-hander on the mound. I think Jay is running, no doubt. With the lefty, it might not. He's not getting a very good read on Chris Russin. Matheny may be concerned with the strikeout throw-out double play here. Russin not an overpowering guy, but he does have 5 strikeouts tonight. Just how much does he trust Cosma to put this ball in play or lay off a pitch out of the strike zone will dictate whether he sends Jay here or not.
And it gets back to your discussion about which guys will swing, which guys won't on 3-2. Jay not running, double play ball. 6, 4, 3. And the pitcher will lead off for the next inning unless they use a pinch hitter. After 6, scoreless.
Switch on the summer mindset with Bud Light Lime. It's the great taste of Bud Light with a refreshing twist of 100% natural lime flavor.
Baby, it's all sweet with me.
Bud Light Lime. Switch on summer.
Hey, have you guys heard about probiotics for digestive health? Yes, and did you know that True Biotics is a daily probiotic that helps in 2 ways? It supports digestive and immune health by working in your gut, where 70% of your immune system lives. Try True Biotics today.
Jury duty!
You're happy about that?
No, but the courthouse is right next to that little pub.
With those amazing cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
Like these?
Did you guys have jury duty?
Wendy's.
Can I plead insanity?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now a specially crafted cheeseburger is closer than you think. Wendy's new pretzel bacon cheeseburger with melted cheddar and smoky honey mustard, all on a warm, soft pretzel bun.
Now that's better.
And we're open late.
The baby's in there?
Yep.
How'd that happen?
Some things are hard for kids to digest. Rice Krispies are easy because they're made of rice, which is gentle on tummies. It's simple as...
Crackle Pop Rice Krispies.
No boots, no jeans, no beards, nothing but old-fashioned justice. Criminal Intent, weekdays at 5.
Play freak, says Chic. Time now to check out our Budweiser fan cam. Brought to you by Budweiser, the official beer of Major League Baseball. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. Good times by Chic.
Now there's usually a theme connected with the music for fan cam. Was there a theme for that one?
I heard it on my my iPhone today, and I thought that'd be a good fan cam tune, wouldn't it? And our fine producer Mark Brady agreed.
He's an agreeable sort.
Want to know on Castillo.
Lynn typically throws strike one 65% of the time this year. He's gotten the jump on the hitters. Seems like he's been behind a lot tonight. Hasn't hurt him.
A little slip there by Lynn on the landing to make it 3-0.
Yeah, he fell so far off in the pitch. He asked after the pitch if it was a ball. It was about a foot outside, but I don't think he saw where it ended up. Yeah. A little below his average, right around league average at 60% first pitch strikes.
James Russell
Now, earlier in the year in this situation, you probably wouldn't have had to throw a strike to Castillo on 3-2 because he wasn't walking. Lately, showing a willingness to take the walk.
Lets it fly there on 93 and fouls back. His next pitch will be number 100 for Lynn. Inside, he walked him. And the Cubs have the leadoff man on for the second time tonight. Let's step aside and see what's coming up on WGN.
Your favorite pickup artist is on WGN America. It's the legendary story of How I Met Your Mother. Thursdays and Fridays at 8 on WGN America.
Castro's grounded out twice to short. Bunted by Castro. Lynn's going to pick it up. Did he tag him? No, he missed him. Cardinals will argue. Matheny coming out. Lance Lynn really upset.
Matheny out here maybe to make 2 points. One, are you sure he didn't get him? And two, did Castro leave the baseline to avoid the tag?
Missed him.
And I think he was in his right. He didn't go that far. You got 3 feet. Once you establish the baseline, of course, going down the first baseline, there is a baseline.
Umpires are going to get together.
Yeah, I think that's safe all the way around. Good call. It looked like Castro was bunting just to sacrifice Castillo along, and he ends up getting a base hit out of it.
Called him out.
Whoa.
Brian Gorman's going to now go over because he knows Dale will argue, and Dale's got a better argument than Matheny.
Who made the call? Brian Gorman's the third base umpire.
Larry Vanover
had to call it first.
Had the call now.
But who's overruling
I'm assuming
the call?
Dale is assuming that the home plate umpire Rackley had to give the other viewpoint from behind the play.
Well, he's ruling he's out of the baseline. I believe is what Rackley's arguing. I would really like to know what Rackley's calling. I mean, obviously he's calling him out, but I want to know the why.
Well, if I were commissioner, I would have had that rectified, right?
Yeah,
I would have had the microphone
mic'd up, and
he would have announced why Castro was out. As a sacrifice, one unassisted. And I think the Cubs just saw the video. Somebody went down and looked at it and told Dale, no, they got it wrong. Well, at least the sacrifice part of it worked. Castillo's at second. Logan Watkins on deck for Russin. Cardinals have some action.
Time of the game, 7th inning.
Choate the lefty, Manus the righty. Two 2-0 on Barney. The pitch way outside. After the discussions with the managers, Derek Lilliquist came out just to make sure Lynn was fine. Looked like Lynn was ready to blow a gasket when Castro was called safe originally. Ball 4. It's his 5th walk. So it's the rookie Logan Watkins. Russin can get a win, can't get a loss. 6 innings, no runs. And ball 1 to Watkins.
Mike Matheny giving Lynn one more batter perhaps, and it may prove to be one batter too many from the Cardinals' point of view.
Not a lot of chances with runners in scoring position.
Ooh, I'd like to have that one back. And Cruz sets up inside, fastball. On the inside part of the plate. Watkins not able to pull the trigger. Big chance for the rookie.
On a 1-2, he struck him out.
Nice comeback by Lynn. Rewarding the faith shown in him by Mike Matheny. Rule 7.08. Any runner is out when, as you look at the strikeout, he runs more than 3 feet away from his base path.
Which I don't think he did.
To avoid being tagged unless his action is to avoid interference with a fielder. That part doesn't matter. A runner's base path is established when the tag attempt occurs and is the straight line from the runner to the base he is attempting to reach safely. I think Castro was fine. I think that was a bad call.
Yep.
Unless there's some interpretation I'm not aware of.
Well, that's where replay could help. That is one very specific play. You could look to see if he was tagged and if he happened to be out of the baseline. And in both cases, looked like Castro should have been called safe. 1-0 to Lake. Outside on a cutter, 2-0. Junior came in at .330, 0 for 2 with a walk, but he did line out in the first.
Pitching him carefully.
Yeah, it's interesting. This game is scoreless. In the case of Russin, gave up a lot of hard hit balls, made pitches when he needed to with men on base. In the case of Lynn, he's worked from behind in the count for much of the night and has gotten the job done.
Even there on 3-0, a little cutter. We didn't want to give in with a 4-seam fastball. I love the green light there for Junior Lake. Go ahead, he's got power. Let him swing in this tie game on 3-0. The one time when you feel pretty comfortable he's going to get a fastball. Lynn double crossed you a little bit throwing that cutter.
Into center and a base hit. Here comes Castillo around third. The throw by Jay to the plate. Save! And the Cubs lead 1-0 on Junior Lake's RBI single.
The sacrifice pays off. A bit of a cement mixer slider from Lance Lynn. Solid line drive single by Lake. Jay's on in a hurry. Throws just a little bit up the line, and that allows Castillo to sneak on by.
Only hit of the inning. Chris Russin likes it. He's got a chance for a win now, and Cole Gillespie will try to add on here. 2 more in scoring position. Gillespie got hit, and they're loaded.
And now Mike Matheny will come out and make the pitching change. Wynn clearly showing signs of fatigue in this inning, having a hard time finding the strike zone. The Cubs take advantage, take the lead, and Matheny will go to that pen.
We'll be back. Cubs leading 1-0.
At Domino's, we take our jobs seriously because we know Americans order pizza when they're building, creating, and innovating. Without pizza, school projects and music albums might go unfinished, startups unstarted. This thing definitely wouldn't be working. No one's coming up with a world-changing idea over halibut. No way. It's always been pizza. So no matter what you're working on, get Domino's $5.99 deal. We can't wait to see what you do next.
I got it. Jack Link's Beef Jerky presents Messin' with Sasquatch. Jack Link's Jerky. Feed your wild side.
You really couldn't come at a better time. These Chevys are moving fast.
I'll take that Malibu.
Yeah, excuse me. The Equinox in Atlantis Blue is mine.
I was here first. It's mine.
I called about that one. It's mine.
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 Actually, it's mine.
No, it's not. It's mine. Better get going. It's Chevy Model Year End event.
The Chevy Model Year End event. The 13s are going fast. Time to get yours. Current Chevy truck owners can trade up to this Chevy Silverado All-Star Edition with a total value of $9,000.
Let's take a look at tonight's drive to victory. Rookie Junior Lake with a big knock. 2 outs in the 7th, giving the Cubs a 1-0 lead. And drive to victory is brought to you by your local Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Mazda dealers. Castile motoring home.
A chance for Chris Russin to be a winner. Looking for a little add-on now against the veteran left-hander Randy Choate.
Look at the games and innings.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's a loogie, all right. 43 appearances, 24 and 2/3 innings. Sinker, slider, funky. Sidearm delivery. Outstanding effort by Lynn, but he's on the wrong side of the ledger right now.
Barney at third, Lake at second, Gillespie, who just got hit, is at first. Choate slings it up there, breaking ball way outside.
Cosma in to talk to Choate. He wants to know what they're using for a sign here. What the indicator is, so he knows what pitch is coming.
I'll get a great note from Cubs media relations staff. I'll give it to you after this pitch. It's a strike. Chris Russin, the first Cub lefty to throw at least 6 shutout innings in a start here in St. Louis, and consider how many times the Cubs have played here since Ken Holtzman, September 19th, 1979. 7 shutout innings. That was game 2 at the old ballpark of a doubleheader. Very late swing and bounded foul.
That is pretty remarkable.
Part of the answer is the Cubs haven't had a ton of left-handed starters. Choate at the belt, and the pitch low.
I guess of recent vintage, Ted Lilly would be the most likely guess, right? But obviously he didn't do it. 2-2-2, something magical could happen right here.
Ground ball, base hit. 2 more going to score. Barney and Lake. Gillespie to third. Rizzo knocks in a couple. 3-0.
Don't know if you'd consider that magical.
I was pondering it.
But it's a pretty good swing of the bat. Off the tough lefty. Little insurance runs for Russin. And you see Rizzo get those hands back and that front side locked in, delivering the 2 RBI single up the middle. Those belong to Lynn.
And then help Russin's cause for a victory. Well, the Cubs couldn't get that call on the Castro bunt, but they were able to overcome it. Lake and Rizzo with RBI hits. Jesus swings and misses. 1-2. Kind of an awkward looking swing. Remember that shoulder had him on the DL for a fair amount of time.
Hey, talked to a lot of hitters with shoulder issues, and it's not when I hit the ball, but when I miss.
Swinging and missing. Yeah. He strikes out to end the inning. Good times indeed from St. Louis as the Cubs lead the Cards 3-0.
Meet Meet April Ludgate, intern and know-it-all.
I was looking to get some new music, and I was wondering if you could recommend anything.
The internet.
I really like your haircut. Where'd you get it?
Prison.
Who's your favorite character on Sex and the City?
Alf.
Get more April this fall on Parks and Recreation. Starts September 9th.
You've reached the age where giving up isn't who you are. This is the age of knowing how to make things happen. So why let erectile dysfunction get in your way? Talk to your doctor about Viagra. 20 million men already have. Ask your doctor if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Viagra if you take nitrates for chest pain. It may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Side effects include headache, flushing, upset stomach, and abnormal vision. To avoid long-term injury, seek immediate medical help for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. Stop taking Viagra and call your doctor right away if you experience a sudden decrease or loss in vision or hearing. This is the age of taking action. Viagra. Talk to your doctor.
Lack. He's an actor who's known for his voice, but his accident took that away. Thankfully, he's got Aflac. They're gonna give him cash to help pay his bills, so he could just focus on getting better. We're taking it one day at a time. One day at a time.
See how the Ducks lessons are going at Aflac.com.
All right, guys, let's huddle up here and talk probiotics. For digestive health? Yes, and did you know that True Biotics is a daily probiotic that helps in 2 ways? It supports digestive and immune health by working in your gut, where 70% of your immune system lives. Try True Biotics today.
Junior Lake with the go-ahead RBI. Anthony Rizzo adding on, driving in 2 more. So now it's up to the Cubs bullpen to hold him the rest of the night, starting with left-hander James Russell. He's going to face a pinch hitter, Adrian Chambers.
The Cardinals with a short bench, too, a 4-man bench, and the only right-handed bat they have is Rob Johnson, a backup catcher. Beltran, a switch hitter, available. You'd probably rather have him from the right side, although he's good from both sides. The other 2 left-handed batters. So Russell, a wise call here for Dale Swaim. And after Chambers, you got another left-handed bat, Matt Carpenter. 9 outs to get to preserve a 3-run lead. And get this win for Chris Russ, and it will be his second if he gets it. There's the hard-throwing right-hander Trevor Rosenthal. Couldn't have missed by much.
Fouled back, 1-1. Chambers has been here for a little over a week.
Play him as an off-field hitter and play him shallow in the outfield. Speed guy without a lot of power. Murphy in to take away the bunt at third base.
Cubs being out hit 7-4, but utilizing those walks and the hit batter in the top of the inning. Russell strikes out Chambers.
You know, fastballs early in the sequence and finished him off with a breaking pitch. Well executed by Russell, living on the edges, down around the knees, outside corner with everything.
Quiet night for Carpenter.
Perhaps a night in which the Reds will gain a game on both the Cardinals and the Pirates. A lot of baseball to be played in Denver yet. They're only in the fourth, but it's 10-1 Rockies. Reds have beaten the Padres 7-2.
Carpenter with Murphy back, trying to bunt toward third and hit it foul.
Well, how about that even on 2-0? Down 3 runs. He knows his job is to get on base. Pretty good 2-strike hitter anyway, so, you know.
Swing and a miss.
He's not afraid to give up a strike to try to drop a bunt when Murphy was going to give it to him. Good try, good eye.
Three and two on Carpenter. Freeze is next. The pitch, he got him.
Carpenter doesn't strike out much. Maybe protecting against the slider, and then had to react to the fastball up and couldn't get it. Nice job by Russell. Russin gives way to Russell. Shutout baseball so far. Parker appears to be next.
Can't do much better than that. 2 batters, 2 strikeouts. Parker coming on. Cubs 3, Cardinals nothing in the 7th.
Switch on the summer mindset with Bud Light Lime. It's the great taste of Bud Light with a refreshing twist of 100% natural lime flavor. Bud Light Lime. Switch on summer.
Delight in each delicious moment with all the refreshing possibilities from McCafe. Every irresistible smoothie and delectable frappe is a break from the ordinary. And it all starts with a sip. There's something for everyone to love from McCafe.
Get more. More priceless moments. More adventures. More lovable animals. Get more Bucketheads, British biting, kangaroo confrontations, baby blubber, freak accidents, ostrich races, mascot mayhem, vocal violence, hydroplaning, hammock havoc, airborne animals, athletic accidents, goofy golf, and kitten chaos. Get more of what you love. America's Funniest Home Video starts weeknights at 6 on WGN America.
Stay tuned. The WGN News follows our broadcast. Micah Mater, Tom Negevin. Tom Skilling, who's going to sing the 7th inning stretch at Wrigley next week. And Rich King.
Well, here comes Blake Parker. For the first time in a while, it's been a week since he pitched. 0-1, 2.39 ERA, 26 ball games so far for Parker. 2 outs, nobody on. David Freese scheduled to bat. last homestand, Parker worked 3 times in the Milwaukee series, once against the Dodgers, and he's been off since then. So worked pretty hard through that stretch, and a chance to regroup. Should be plenty fresh here tonight.
The Cubs have not shut out the Cardinals in St. Louis since Rhino was still playing. 1997, Jeremy Gonzalez went the distance, beat Fernando Valenzuela. It's kind of hard to believe it's been that long. Still a ways to go. We're only in the 7th tonight, but leading 3-0. That game was also a 3-0 final.
Kind of hard to picture Fernando Valenzuela in a Cardinal uniform. Forgot all about that.
Cubs lineup: Glanville, McCray, Grace, Sosa, Sandberg, Hernandez, Service, Sanchez, Gonzalez. That was at the old Busch Stadium. It was 91 degrees that night. June 23rd, 97. Two and one on Freeze.
Aggressive with the fastball there, and the situation calls for it. 3-run lead, 2 outs. Rosenthal was up earlier, should be ready to go.
Rizzo to the bag, inning over. Let's go to the 8th. Cubs 3, Cardinals nothing.
Well, Mr. Baldwin, it appears our journey has come to a delightful end.
Then I better use the Capital One Purchase Eraser to redeem my venture miles for this trip.
Purchase Eraser?
It's the easy way to erase any recent travel expense. I just pick a charge, like my flight. With a few taps, it's taken care of.
Impressive, Baldwin. Does it work for hotels?
Absolutely.
Thank goodness. Mrs. Villain and I are planning our...
You scare me, and I like it.
Let's go.
What's in your wallet?
Disaronno Sour. Crushed ice. Disaronno. Lemon squeezed. Disaronno Sour. Disaronno. Be original.
This is the best party ever.
That is an understatement.
So fun! They finally got in.
This place is banging. Hope it's cool we sit at the bar. The other tables look taken.
Hey, I'm sorry, do we know you?
These are the best in town.
The ambiance is strange, but the food is incredible.
This is our apartment.
Our apartment.
Oh.
Weird name for a restaurant. More chips, please, waiter.
Tostitos, Cantina, chips, and salsa. Real restaurant taste, wherever your party's at.
The great outdoors. And a great deal, thanks to Dad.
Nope.
Oh, guys.
Let's leave the deals to Hotels.com.
Nice bear.
Ooh, that one. Nice. Got it. Oh my gosh, awesome. Perfect.
Yep, and no angry bears.
The perfect place is on sale now. Up to 40% off, only at Hotels.com.
Cubs Cards, Saturday night at 7 East on WGN America.
Chicago Cubs baseball brought to you by Bud Light Music First. It's the sound of history being made. Here we go. Honda. Visit your local Honda dealer or go to shophonda.com for current offers. And by AT&T. Find out what's possible with products and services from AT&T. Rethink possible. Welcome back. Big crowd tonight, 42,664. But Cub fans have had a lot more to cheer about than the home team's crowd. As right-hander Trevor Rosenthal is in.
Trevor Rosenthal averages 97 miles an hour with his fastball. That's his average velocity. Started Murphy with a curveball there because he's been hitting home runs in Philadelphia. Heater, cutter curve, and a changeup. Second-year man, striking out almost 35% of the batters he faces while walking, but 5%.
Foul back our way. According to the scoreboard here, the count is 2-3.
Oh, man, you almost have no chance when that's the case.
Ooh, strike four.
Strike four and a beauty. Almost never look for that changeup, though, on 2 and 3. You know, normally 2 and 3, you're looking heater.
What if there were no strikeouts and walks? Here's the 14-13 pitch. Still somebody puts it in play. Just keeps swinging and missing all night. Be like the 5th set at Wimbledon.
At that point, you would have to introduce a clock to the game of baseball.
Whoa! Got Castillo. That is the 3rd Cub batter to be hit tonight.
Jesus got one on the back leg. Gillespie got brushed last inning, but this is dangerous here. 97 miles an hour up towards the head. Unfortunately, Wellington able to turn out of the way, and it catches him off the backer. Shoulder, upper arm area. That'll get your heart racing. On base for the 3rd time tonight. Said that a lot lately about him.
The left. Castillo on his way to 3rd. The throw there by Holiday, cut off, throw to 2nd. Castro's safe. Good base running all around. 2nd and 3rd with 1 out.
Well, Holiday opted to take a shot at Castillo at 3rd base. That allows Castro to keep on chugging, get into scoring position, and stay out of the double play. From deep left field, Holiday feels like he's got a shot at Castillo, so he goes that way. It's cut, but Castro able to beat the relay.
Imagine he'll get a double out of it. Infield in. Late swing by Barney and fouled off. calling it a single. It's a second on the throw.
You just got to think about being quick and short to the ball here with Rosenthal. Guys like a hard thrower like Rosenthal, a couple of guys in scoring position, and he'll go to beast mode, start attacking with that high velocity fastball, try to get you to chase up in the zone. Castro's base hit came on a changeup, an 88-mile-an-hour changeup. But guys that throw 98 tend to get a little frustrated when they give up hits on off-speed pitches. They go back to number 1.
Hit 99 on the gun that time. 1-2.
Doesn't use his curveball very much. That could be a real swing and miss pitch for him in this situation. But a tendency to bounce it. One time he just hung it. That's the fear. See, Cruz is calling for it down. He just doesn't finish the pitch. Sometimes it's a lack of confidence. You just don't commit to the pitch, afraid you're going to bounce it, maybe give up a wild pitch or a pass ball and a cheap run.
To the shortstop, Cosma. Runners holding. 2 outs. Bring up Cody Ransom. Hitting for Parker.
Ransom has the reputation of being a good fastball hitter, so even though Rosenthal can light up that radar gun, he starts Ransom with a changeup. There's no way Ransom in his mind is coming off the fastball. In his thinking, he's just looking fastball throughout. You have to be when a guy throws 99 miles an hour.
It'll be Strope in the bottom of the 8th. And then that happens.
Well, yeah, again, but you have to sell out on the heater, I think. I hope, that he makes a mistake with the off-speed pitch.
Three and one. Lake is on deck.
Rosenthal signed out of a community college in Kansas where he was primarily a position player, shortstop, I believe. It was a late pick, 20-something round.
21st?
Yeah.
Really good in the postseason last year. Bases loaded. Hit batter, single, and a walk in the inning. That'll be it for Rosenthal. Here comes Mike Matheny. Seth Maness. Cubs batting in the 8th, leading 3-0.
On How I Met Your Mother, Barney and his friends have a way with words.
Suit up. Legendary.
Awesome! They speak their own language.
Cockamouse. Slap bet.
Spell out loud.
Phone 5. You didn't phone 5, did you? I know when you don't phone 510.
And Barney always gets the last word.
Inventing your own word shows creativity and vision. Visitivity.
On How I Met Your Mother. Sundays at 7:30 on WGN America. Favorite personalities work at the Parks and Recreation Department.
Ann Perkins and Andy Dwyer.
You know, I'm just now getting really good at shoe shining. And, I mean, I'm still pretty bad at it.
That's a good shoe shine. What is going on with my birthday?
Oh my God, Ron, it's your birthday. Happy birthday.
Shut your damn mouth.
It's a fun conversation.
How's the best municipal department in Pawnee? That's you guys. My body is finely tuned like a microchip, and the flu is like a grain of sand. It could literally shut down the entire system. Stop pooping.
You're Benji Wyatt?
I am.
I can have a dude sleeping on my couch if and when I bring home a lady. I have a ritual. It starts on the couch.
Parks and Recreation, coming September 9th on WGN America.
Right back with you tomorrow evening, an hour earlier, 6 o'clock Central Daylight Time. Carlos Villanueva and Michael Wacha. Cubs leading 3-0 tonight here in the 8th.
Well, Maness, 5-1, 243. He is an extreme ground ball pitcher. Not with that pitch. But not a hard thrower, unlike Rosenthal, more of a finesse type guy. Sinks the fastball.
To right, that's Craig. And that's it. Cubs leave him loaded for the second time, but leading late, 3-0.
Here come the bros.
Barney Stinson is about to aid and abet a marriage.
From the bachelor party,
Disgusting. Horrifying.
classic, to the big day. These bros stick together for better or worse. On How I Met Your Mother. Sundays at 7:30 on WGN America.
Somewhere in a town like this one, a person like you will hang out with friends like this. Scan a pack of Bud Light and enter a code for a chance to win Monster DNA headphones, Live Nation concert cash, and tickets to unbelievable music experiences. It's your chance to win one of over 500,000 music prizes. Bud Light Music First. Here we go.
What's the best thing about Long John Silver's?
I get choices.
Choices.
Classic batter right here.
I like the creamy garlic.
Love their zesty Asian.
Catch our 2-piece thick cut cod basket, now available baked, with your choice of side for just $4.99.
My way, my Long John Silver's.
You really couldn't have come at a better time. These Chevys are moving fast.
I'll take that Malibu.
Yeah, excuse me. Your Equinox and Atlantis Blue is mine.
I was here first. It's mine.
I called about that one. It's mine.
Mine.
It's mine.
It's mine.
It's not, it's mine.
Better get going. It's Chevy Model Year End event.
The Chevy Model Year End event. The 13s are going fast. Time to get yours. Right now, get this great lease on a 2013 Chevy Malibu LS for around $169 a month.
The baby's in there?
Yep.
How'd that happen?
Some things are hard for kids to digest. Rice Krispies are easy because they're made of rice, which is gentle on tummies. It's simple as...
Crackle Pop Rice Krispies.
Cardinals going through a tailspin here lately. Well, the good news for them is the Pirates are getting blasted tonight in Colorado 10-1 in the 5th. But they trail the Cubs 3-0 and hard throwing. Pedro Strop is on here in the bottom of the 8th.
Yeah, Pedro Strop, who had struggled in Baltimore, came over in the Scott Feldman deal. He's been really good with the Cubs, 2-1 with an ERA of 3, appearing in his 17th game since coming to Chicago. He gets a .151 against him, 15 innings. He's allowed 8 hits. He struck out 19, walked 6. He's got 3, 4, 5 to contend with here in the Cardinal 8th.
Miguel Cabrera just hit a 2-run game-tying homer, his 34th of the year, off Mariano Rivera with 2 outs in the 9th. It's 3-3 in New York.
Mariano's been scuffling a little bit here. He gave one up in Chicago to the Sox the other day.
Prince Fielder followed that up with a double, so that inning's not over yet. A-Rod's home season debut tonight. He's 0 for 4 and now out of the game. He struck out 3 times. A strike to Alan Craig.
If you could throw one out, Strop would have an ERA of 0 with the Cubs. All the runs he's allowed in a Chicago uniform coming in one outing against Milwaukee. That 5 spot he gave up.
Little bobble, nice play by Castro. Little deflection off the glove, able to barehand it and throw in time.
Doesn't get it cleanly, but no sweat. Snags it with the bare hand and flips it across the diamond. One quick out in the Cardinal 8.
Here's Holiday, 2 for 3. Both hits have been singles. Braves have won 14 in a row. They blanked the Marlins 5-0 tonight.
It's all about the Waffle House, right, in Atlanta?
I'm not familiar with the story. They put a Waffle House there?
In the ballpark, and they're undefeated since doing that.
Okay.
That, and then Freddie Gonzalez has been drinking some kind of a protein shake.
So these are reasons why?
Well, yeah, he drank it and they won, so they keep giving it to him. He hates drinking it, but he drinks one every night now.
Holiday gets hit, and that was a fastball at 96. Cubs were hit 3 times earlier. Don't think it was intentional. If it was,
no
not
chance.
A good time for it.
No chance.
You're up 3 in the 8th inning. Got a lot of other chances, and I don't think any of the Cardinal hit batters, or the Cub hit batters, I should say, were intentional either.
No, just too much run on a fastball there from Strop.
Adams, the batter, on a strike. Nationals over the Phillies, 9-2 a final. Dan Herron has won 3 in a row. That's Edward Mujica, their closer.
Ooh.
Kind of like that one, too.
Yeah, a little knee-high cheddar right there from Strop. Maybe it was down. Maybe not.
That's exactly where he wanted to throw it.
It's a big, sturdy kid here, this Adams. He's strong.
3-1. Strop storms off the mound. Angrily takes the ball. Reds beat the Padres 7-2 in Cincinnati. Bronson Arroyo over former Cub Andrew Cashner. The pitch. High and deep to Jesus, though, with room.
Didn't miss it by much. That's part of the job definition for a pitcher. Get him to miss it by just a little bit. Keep him off the fat part of the bat, and good things will happen. Underneath that backdoor slider.
A strike on Cruz. Pedro has the sign, hands high, pitch is low. Fouled it off, 2-2. Kansas City leading Boston 9-6. Big 6-run sixth for the Royals, who have won 16 of 20 coming out of the All-Star break. Got him. Called strike 3, and a breaking ball, and the inning is over. To the ninth, Cubs 3, Cards nothing.
It's back to school time. We're talking with Maria about the Walmart low price guarantee. You got your list? Let's go. Jif peanut butter.
Peanut butter and jelly is a staple in our house of school lunches.
Look at Walmart's price.
Wow, that's great.
Now all your back to school meals are covered.
Thank you.
You ready?
What?
That's the Walmart low price guarantee backed by Ad Match. Save time and money getting your kids ready for school. Bring in receipts from your local stores and see for yourself. Save more this back to school packing kid-friendly and tasty lunches with low prices on Velveeta slices, Kool-Aid Jammer 10 packs, and Jif creamy peanut butter with our low price guarantee backed by Ad Match. Walmart.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Your suits ready at Joseph A. Bank. Our entire stock of $650 traditional suits and $650 slim fit suits. Now, 2 for $299. Fine wool fabric, impeccable tailoring. Traditional fit or slim fit suits. Now, 2 for $299. You couldn't pick a better time or place to get a suit. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. 2 for $299. Only at Joseph A. Bank.
Red Hot Deal Days are back. Stop for no one. It's Red Hot Deal Days. Get $100 off the Samsung Galaxy Note 2 with features like pop-up play. Lets you use any app while watching video or use the S Pen for handwritten notes. Just $199.99. Hurry in. Sale ends August 11th. Getting the best back-to-school deals? That's powerful. Verizon.
The perfect shot starts with loved ones and ends with a bang. America's funniest home videos. Weeknights at 6 on WGN America. Saturday, the Cubs-Cardinals weekend on WGN America continues. As Rizzo and the Cubs go up against Molina, Beltran, and the Redbirds. Saturday night at 7 East on WGN America.
Nasty stuff from Pedro Strop. Scoreless 8. Cardinals have no runs at all tonight.
Cardinals have not been doing a lot of winning lately, so not many save opportunities for their closer, Edward Mujica. So he comes into this game in which they're trailing by 3. And as you look at that total board there, check out next to the last line. 2 walks, 39 strikeouts. That's pretty remarkable. You can look at the other stuff too, but that's the really cool one. Whip of 0.79.
You just said cool and whip, I think, in the same sentence.
Oh,
Made me
baby.
hungry. A strike on Gillespie.
A slice of pie.
Mm-hmm. Craig squeezes for the out.
I got a problem, though, with the glorification of the closer and all these ballparks.
Yeah.
They did it here. They do it everywhere in the big Jumbotron. He gets his own music and all the fanfare. And how come Randy Choate didn't get that when he came into the game? Seth Maness. Everybody, you know, one guy's got his own theme music and video. Everybody should get it. This all started with Rick Vaughn.
Wild Thing. Nice pickup by Dave McKay.
Mika's got a good fastball, not an overpowering fastball. He's got a great split finger pitch, and as we noted with those walk totals, great command.
Flared. Holiday will catch it.
Pretty good breakout there by the big fella. And 1 for 5 night for Anthony Rizzo, but the one was a big one. He drove in 2 very important insurance runs in that 3-run 7th. I think you'd have to make him part of your 3-star selection. Chris Russin, I think, is going to be number 1.
Splitter a little low.
Matt Garza pitched tonight for the Rangers.
Yeah, interesting outing. He kind of gave it up early, but has hung around and now has a lead. 7-4 in the 8th. Gave up 2 early homers. Tampa Bay and the Dodgers. That's one of the marquee matchups this weekend. And the Rays lead 3-0 in the top of the 4th in the series opener. Price and Capuano matching up on the mound.
Scorching hot Dodgers.
Swing and a miss. DeJesus gone. So are the Cubs in the 9th. Kevin Gregg with a save chance. His team leading 3-0.
Meet April Ludgate, intern and know-it-all.
I was looking to get some new music, and I was wondering if you could recommend anything.
The internet.
I really like your haircut. Where'd you get it?
Prison.
Who's your favorite character on Sex and the City?
Alf.
Get more April this fall on Parks and Recreation. Start September 9th.
Until the conversation turned, until the sun went down, and many fantasies were there. On that day, keep feeling fascination.
If you had a chance to go anywhere in the world, but you had to leave right now, would you go?
Oh, I can't go tonight.
I can't.
That's what Expedia asked me.
Book the flight, but you have to go right now.
And I just go?
You're taking off.
This is for real, right? This is for real? I always said one day I'd go to China. Just never thought it'd be today.
We're giving away a trip every day. Download the Expedia app and your next trip could be on us. Expedia. Find yours.
Okay. A, B.
B. A.
That's a good choice. Let me show you some faucets to go along with that.
With the latest styles and guaranteed low prices, you can turn the bath you have into the bath you want.
It's a good choice.
More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Right now, this Abbey Vanity Combo is a special buy, just $2.99.
Time now for our Budweiser player of the game, left-hander Chris Russin. He's had a couple of starts this year where he's been lights out in San Francisco earlier and then again tonight.
6 innings, 7 hits, no runs, 2 walks, but they were both intentional. He punched out 5.
Cubs baseball is brought to you by Budweiser, the official beer of Major League Baseball. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds.
3 outs to get. Yep, and bullpen's been rock solid so far. And Greg 2 and 3, 23 saves and 27 chances.
Jay is 3 for 3 in hit opportunities tonight.
Kevin picked up save number 23 a couple of days ago in Philadelphia. Carlos Beltran on the bench tonight. Looks like he's getting ready to pinch hit.
Daniel Descalzo is going to hit for Cosma next. Dribble to first. It's a fair ball, and Rizzo steps on the bag. By the way, Josh Reddick with 3 homers tonight. How many guys have hit, do you think, have hit 3 homers in a game this season? Take a guess.
Deanna Navarro.
Oh, you're going to literally name all of them?
Reddick.
Just looking for a number.
Davis. I'm going to go. I'm going to go with 5.
6. Pretty close. That sounds like a lot. I don't have the list, but I just happened to see that. I think it was an ESPN tweet. And yes, Deanna Navarro, one of those guys.
Yeah, Navarro, and then it struck me that Davis had done it. Chris Davis. I'm guessing Cabrera has done it.
Yeah. 2-2 on Descalso. The pitch. It's full. Beltran on deck. Also pinch hitter.
Just off the inside edge.
A win tonight, and the Cubs would be within a game in this season series. It'd be 5-6 with 8 to go. Another 3-2 from Greg. Called strike 3.
Good looking pitch.
Might have been able to hear Descalso say that's a ball.
Yeah, Descalso thought the ball was inside. Descalso doesn't walk much. He's only walked 14 times all year. He's usually hacking as he was the first 2 3-2 pitches. This one catches the inside corner. Great pitch. A little come on back 2-seamer.
That's it. He's out. And here comes Mike Matheny. David Rackley had enough. Descalso still chirping from the dugout. So we'll see if Matheny will keep going after him until he gets tossed out of the game as he stands up for his player.
The longer it goes, the more heated Matheny gets. The fans rally behind him, and if he doesn't step away, yeah, there he goes. And Rackley's just going to let him have his piece right now. He's not egging him on. He's just going to stand there and let him have his piece.
Now Carlos Beltran with 2 outs, nobody on. Carpenter next if Beltran reaches.
Oh, a little out of sync. All right, turn the page, take a deep breath, forget all about that. Reset, move on.
that is. It's the only manager who hasn't been ejected tonight. In St. Louis. Yeah, I meant this ballpark. Beltran will take second without a throw. And will not be credited with a stolen base. One and one on Carpenter. Samardzija will not pitch this weekend. Real rough outing yesterday in Philadelphia. His next start will come against the Reds next week. Way outside, 2-2.
Slip, you saw Greg after the pitch wiping his hand on his pant leg, trying to dry off the fingers.
A pretty diagonal pattern on the pitch tracks box, but 3-2. If he walks him, all of a sudden Freeze will get a chance as a potential tying run. Greg to the plate. Deep to right, Gillespie back on it. Nice adjustment, and he makes a catch, and the Cubs have shut out the Cardinals in St. Louis for the first time since 1997.
Not without a little drama there at the end. And what a heck of a play by Cole Gillespie in right field. Man, did he get a good jump on that ball. Off the bat, I thought extra bases, but great jump, great catch, and a nice win for the Cubs. And Chris Russin, here's the end of that play as Gillespie sprints back, changes course, hauls it in. Frustrating days in St. Louis.
Cubs improved to 2-2 on this trip. And Kevin Gregg gets his 24th save. Russin the winner. He's 2-1. Lake, the game-winning RBI. We'll be back in a moment.
Next on WGN News, fun in the sun turns to tragedy when a 14-year-old boy drowns in a Park District pool.
Fat and sassy.
A happy reunion. The woman who crashed her car into a liquor store meets the man who pulled her to safety, and a passion for water, life, and his fellow officers. A Chicago cop goes the distance to support his brothers in blue who've made the ultimate sacrifice.
Somewhere in a town like this one, a person like you will hang out with friends like this. Scan a pack of Bud Light and enter a code for a chance to win Monster DNA headphones, Live Nation concert cash, and tickets to unbelievable music experiences. It's your chance to win one of over 500,000 music prizes. Bud Light Music First. Here we go.
The wait is over. Olive Garden's never-ending pasta bowl is back. Unlimited breadsticks, unlimited salad, never-ending bowls of pasta for just $9.99. Did I mention it's all unlimited? Never-ending combinations of pasta and sauce, like new Asiago garlic Alfredo, and even unlimited meatballs, sausage, or new chicken Frita for $2.99. The never-ending pasta bowl is back. It's all unlimited, but not for long. Go Olive Garden. We're all family here.
Men, by 35, you've tortured your face with 940 hours of windburn, 7,017 pokes, 1 glass door, 63 months of baking sun, 4,021 close shaves, 599 repairs, 52 snowballs, and 4 deserved slaps. And end the face torture. Use new Dove Men Plus Care Face Lotion. The non-greasy formula with SPF 15 hydrates skin to keep it looking good. Take better care of your face with new Dove Men Plus Care.
The baby's in there?
Yep.
How'd that happen?
Some things are hard for kids to digest. Rice Krispies are easy because they're made of rice, which is gentle on tummies. It's simple as...
Crackle Pop Rice Krispies.
No boots. No jeans. No beards. Nothing but old-fashioned justice. Criminal Intent, weekdays at 5 on WGN America.
Our next WGN telecast of Cubs baseball will be tomorrow evening, 6 Central, for the leadoff man, 6:15 first pitch. Villanueva and Waka on the mound, Cubs and Cardinals on WGN. Cubs baseball in high definition, brought to you by Xfinity, your home for the most live sports. For JD and our entire WGN crew here in St. Louis, Len Casper, thanking you for watching. Cubs win 3-0, and the WGN News is next.
Getting a new Kia has never been easier than right now. Introducing our biggest event ever, the Kia Sign It and Drive It sales event. With 0 down and 0 due at signing, it won't take much to drive home in a new top safety rated Optima or a powerful Sorrento. And both come back by one of these. So hurry to the Kia Sign It and Drive It sales event today, because nothing this easy lasts forever. Lease a new Optima or Sorrento today for 0 down, 0 due at signing for qualified customers.
He's a fighter, all right. Since Affleck is helping with his expenses while he can't work, he can focus on his recovery. He doesn't have to worry so much about his mortgage, groceries, or even gas bills.
Yeah, feel it. Nice work. You got it, yes!
Affleck's gonna help take care of his expenses. And us? We're gonna get him back in fighting shape.
See what's happening behind the scenes at Aflac.com.
You really couldn't come at a better time. These Chevys are moving fast.
I'll take that Malibu.
Yeah, excuse me. The Equinox in Atlantis Blue was mine.
I was here first. It's mine.
I called about that one. It's mine.
Mine.
It's mine.
It's mine. No, it's not. It's mine.
Better get going. It's Chevy Model Year End event.
The Chevy Model Year End event. The 13s are going fast. Time to get yours right now. Get this great lease on a 2013 Chevy Cruze LS for around $149 a month.
Saturday, the Cubs-Cardinals weekend on WGN America continues as Rizzo and the Cubs go up against the Redbirds. Saturday, 7 East on WGN America.
This is Chicago's very own WGN News at 9.
14-year-old boy found dead in a Park District swimming pool, believed to be a victim of drowning. Tonight, family members want to know how it could happen. Good evening. I'm Micah Mater.
And I'm Tom Negavan. It's our top story seen around the country tonight on WGN America. Dan Ponce is live in the McKinley Park neighborhood with the latest on the story. Dan?
Tom and Micah, the Chicago Park District certainly has a lot of explaining to do. The victim is 14-year-old Christopher Bowen from Brighton Park. He was getting ready to start his freshman year of high school. And tonight, many unanswered questions for this boy's family. At the top of that list, why weren't the lifeguards able to save him? Family members describe 14-year-old Christopher Bowen as a strong swimmer. They say he went to the McKinley Park pool on the southwest side almost every day over the summer to cool off.
He would go to McKinley Park pool all the time, as all the kids do in the neighborhood, and swim on a daily basis, a couple hours a day, as we all did in this neighborhood. That was our park hangout.
3 o'clock this afternoon, Christopher was swimming with his friends when one of them noticed he hadn't resurfaced. The boy who first found him asked not to be identified.
I was with the goggles and I seen him that he was just doing this without moving. So I go, I touch him, and he don't move for nothing. So, you know, I come out the water, and these guys are like, hey, he's drowning. And the lifeguard just sitting right there without doing anything.
According to his friend, the lifeguard who was closest ignored cries for help and didn't jump into action until others pushed the boy to the surface.
So then we push him up, and the lifeguard's still sitting there until this other guy comes and helps us push him up. And then the lifeguard, that's when he comes and tells the police that he pulled him out and he was lying.
Tonight, the Chicago Park District isn't saying much, only releasing a statement that reads, "The loss of this young life is a tragedy. The Chicago Park District is investigating the circumstances behind this incident." Christopher Bowen's friends and family want answers as soon as possible.
And we're trying to figure out protocol. Where were the 2 lifeguards in the deep end? Where were the 2 lifeguards on the chair? Was there a lifeguard walking the deep end as protocol? We don't know the facts at this time.
The Chicago Fire Department says the boy is a drowning victim, but the autopsy is scheduled for tomorrow morning. Live on the southwest side, Dan Pulse, WGN News.
Thank you, Dan. Chicago police are questioning a suspect tonight who may have broken into a Gold Coast apartment trying to sexually assault a 54-year-old woman. The unidentified man reportedly broke into the North Stone Street apartment. It was about 3:20 in the morning and attacked the woman as she slept. The woman was awakened with the man on top of her, choking her. The commotion awoke her son, who rescued her. He then chased the partially clothed attacker from the apartment and called police. They found the suspect trying to get dressed when they arrived. And a teacher at Chicago Vocational Career Academy is suspected of having sex with a student in her classroom. 39-year-old Bridget Miller has been charged with criminal sexual assault. Police found text messages that mentioned sex between Miller and the 17-year-old student. She's being held tonight on $150,000 bond, due back in court for a preliminary hearing at the end of the month. Mail's supposed to get through sleet and snow, but maybe not crime. Postal Service has suspended delivery to 1 block in Logan Square after an attack on a mail carrier. No delivery in the 3200 block of West North Avenue until further notice. Business owners must pick up their mail at the post office that's at Fullerton in California. It's because on August 2nd, a mail carrier pepper sprayed a menacing dog and was beaten by its owner. Postal officials are planning to talk with the area aldermen about keeping dogs restrained and improving safety for carriers before restoring that service.
Chicago Public Schools unveiled today how thousands of students will get to their new schools, a result of historic school closings in our city. Here's a map of more than 60 routes. 50 schools have been shut down, forcing kids to new schools. The Safe Passage program's sole mission to protect kids as they make their way through dangerous neighborhoods. CPS will mail back-to-school packets out on Monday, and the packets will include the maps showing the new routes. 600 new safety workers will patrol those routes. They're expected to be trained in the coming week.
We have daily conference calls with CPS to discuss crimes that occurred the day before or new intelligence we've received that may affect drop-offs or dismissals.
First day of school is August 26th. Prior to the new routes going into effect, the Safe Passage program was in effect at 39 Chicago schools. Well, hugs and gratitude tonight. A woman who crashed her car into a liquor store this week thanks the man who saved her life. WGN's Randy Bellosomo has the story from Northbrook.
How are you?
Glad to see you.
It's good to see you too.
From this man.
How are you?
I am fat and sassy, Mom.
Good to see you.
Very much in love.
84-year-old Marty Anderson met the man she calls her miracle this afternoon.
I should have died. And all I can think of today was the 3 Hebrews in the fiery furnace and how they got saved. Something saved me.
She says Jack Bambrick, a 24-year-old employee of Benny's Beverage Depot in Highland Park, is nothing short of a gift from God.
I knew someone was trapped in there, and we couldn't just sit around and wait for someone to come help. We had to be proactive.
Jack was at work yesterday morning when Mrs. Anderson crashed her white BMW through the store's glass wall. The crash ignited a fire, which Jack ran through to get Mrs. Anderson out of her car and out of danger. Somehow, neither was seriously hurt.
The Lord promises us that he will send a legion of angels to help us. And I have the habit for more than 25 years that the first thing I do when I get out of bed in the morning, I repeat the 23rd Psalm. And it ends with, surely goodness and mercy. And I call them my twin angels.
Mrs. Anderson says her gas pedal got stuck. She's not sure if she will drive again. She never had her own kids, but delights in young people and encouraged Jack as he's in the process of applying for jobs in police and fire.
I want to be in the action. I want to be in the middle. So really, it hasn't sunk in yet, actually, but it's no big deal.
Mrs. Anderson knows differently and has wondered why it is that she's survived. Perhaps, she says, it is to tell of the goodness in others.
I guess the Lord has a mission for me.
In Northbrook, Randy Bellasomo, WGN News.
Great story.
She's so cute.
Randy, thanks very much. Well, still ahead tonight, endurance swimming for a very good cause.
Chicago cop diving into open water to support his brothers in blue.
Plus, the Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer Walk about to reach the finish line for good in Chicago.
Another cool but tolerable weekend in Chicago. Tom Skilling says we may even see lots of sunshine. Perfect for Bud Billiken tomorrow.
You're watching Chicago's very own WGN News with Mark Sapelsa, Micah Mater, Tom Skilling, and Rich King. This is WGN News at 9.
Meet Ron Swanson, Parks Director and Work Relationship Expert.
I once worked with a guy for 3 years and never learned his name. Best friend I ever had.
Get more Ron this fall. Parks and Recreation starts September 9th. These are the stories of New York City detectives pursuing the city's worst criminals. Law and Order: Criminal Intent. Tomorrow starting at 11 a.m. on WGN America. Brought to you by Burlington Coat Factory. Burlington, style is everything.
I wish my allergies would let me take you home.
The power of Allegra. It relieves your toughest indoor and outdoor symptoms and stays strong for 24 hours. Only Allegra is fast and non-drowsy.
Goodbye symptoms. Hello, Daisy.
Allegra. Stop suffering. Start living.
Hey, it's me, Progressive Insurance. You know, from our 4,000 television commercials. Yep, there I am with Flo. Watch it. Anywho, 3 million people switched to me last year, saving an average of $475. Oh, it feels good to help people save. With great discounts like Safe Driver, Multi-Car, and Multi-Policy. So call me today. You'll be glad you did. Cannon Box!
How much protein does your dog food have? 18%? 20? New Purina One True Instinct has 30. Active dogs crave nutrient-dense food, so we made Purina One True Instinct. Learn more at purina1.com.
Cholesterol-lowering statin drugs can reduce your natural CoQ10 levels, but your heart needs CoQ10. Take Cunol CoQ10. It dissolves completely and absorbs 3 times better than regular CoQ10. Get the better CoQ10. Get Cunol, the gold standard in CoQ10.
The perfect shot starts with loved ones and ends with a bang. America's Funniest Home Videos, weeknights at 6 on WGN America.
You're watching WGN News at 9.
President Obama addressing government surveillance programs, among many other topics, in a wide-ranging news conference today.
We can and must be more transparent. So I've directed the intelligence community to make public as much information about these programs as possible. As I said in my opening remarks, I called for a thorough review of our surveillance operations before Mr. Snowden made these leaks.
Mr. Obama discussing Edward Snowden's admitted leaks of classified NSA documents, outlining new measures to instill greater transparency and make sure, he says, that government programs won't be used to spy on Americans. Critics call the programs an overreach of government authority. Some lawmakers want them scrapped altogether. The president insists the programs have not been abused.
Chicago Marine Unit officer spending his time on the water to help others in more ways than one.
Along with his patrols on Lake Michigan, he's swimming to raise money for the families of fallen police officers. Frank Holland now with his story.
Every swim is a test of his strength, his endurance, and his determination. But Officer Niall Funchen isn't out here on these blue waters just for sport. He's actually out here to support his brothers in blue who made the ultimate sacrifice.
It's just beautiful.
6 days a week, Chicago police officer Niall Funchen swims the open waters of Lake Michigan. The 19-year veteran is preparing for his latest challenge, the 23-mile swim from the coast of Los Angeles to Catalina Island. It's all to raise money for the Brotherhood for the Fallen, a police charity that sends Chicago officers around the country to the funerals of officers murdered in the line of duty.
And what they do and what they stand for and the effects of that is absolutely inspirational.
Officer Niall Funchione plans to swim across the English Channel.
Back in 1991, Funchione began his quest to complete the Triple Crown of endurance swimming. The next year, he swam the English Channel. In 2011, he completed the second leg, a swim around the island of Manhattan. But while swimming the streets of Gibraltar before Manhattan, Funchione, wearing the yellow cap, had his most memorable moment in the water.
Somewhere in the middle there, we have acquired five killer whales, 5 little buddies swimming along with us. And they were about maybe 100 yards behind us.
Pretty scary?
I didn't even know.
You're glad you didn't know?
I'm glad I didn't know.
But Funchione says his most meaningful moment came when the Brotherhood for the Fallen agreed to let him represent the charity after it started 3 years ago. So when you look out there, are you seeing a possibility to really do something special?
Yes.
Brotherhood founder Officer Patrick McGrath says Funchione has raised awareness and thousands of dollars.
It's really giving us exposure as an organization to keep going on our cause. Fiscally, he's helping us every step of the way.
I'm swimming for anyone involved with that officer, involved with that situation turning bad, that anybody in their lives of the officer.
Officer Funchione will swim from L.A. to Catalina Island on Tuesday, August 13th. Now remember, all this is for a good cause. If you want to find out more about the charity that helps support the families of fallen officers, you can go to the web link section of our website, WGNTV.com. Here on Lake Michigan, Frank Holland, WGN News.
Bittersweet emotions as Chicago hosts a well-known breast cancer walk for the very last time. A joyful mood as 800 people began the Susan G. Komen Walk for the Cure today in Northbrook. But sadness, too, since the organization is canceling future walks in Chicago and 6 other cities. Participation dropped when the group stopped funding Planned Parenthood breast exams. Komen reversed the decision but continues to struggle.
It's total energy. It's life. It's so much support.
This is very important as a survivor to be a part of this. So it is a little disturbing that they're canceling some of the cities.
The final walk ends Sunday at Soldier Field. Over the years, the Komen Foundation has invested $2 billion in research and outreach programs.
Some decent weather in store for you if you plan on taking part in that walk or in the Bud Billiken Parade tomorrow. Tom Skilling has the details. Next.
Law and Order, Criminal Intent, weekdays at 5.
I have COPD. If you've got it, you know how hard it can be to breathe. And man, you know how that feels. COPD includes emphysema and chronic bronchitis. Spiriva is a once daily inhaled COPD maintenance treatment that helps open my obstructed airways for a full 24 hours. You know, Spiriva helps me breathe easier.
Spiriva Handihaler tiotropium bromide inhalation powder does not replace fast-acting inhalers for sudden symptoms. Tell your doctor if you have kidney problems, glaucoma, trouble urinating, or an enlarged prostate. These may worsen with Spiriva. Discuss all medicines you take, even eye drops. Stop taking Spiriva and seek immediate medical help if your breathing suddenly worsens, your throat or tongue swells, you get hives, vision changes or eye pain, or problems passing urine. Other side effects include dry mouth and constipation.
Nothing can reverse COPD. Spiriva helps me breathe better.
Does breathing with COPD weigh you down? Don't wait to ask your doctor about Spiriva.
Red Hot Deal Days are back. Stop for no one. It's Red Hot Deal Days. Get $100 off the Samsung Galaxy Note 2 with features like pop-up play. Lets you use any app while watching video or use the S Pen for handwritten notes. Just $199.99. Hurry in. Sale ends August 11th. Getting the best back-to-school deals? That's powerful. Verizon.
With Hotwire's low prices, I can cross even more places off my travel wish list. This year alone, I hit New York and Texas. See, Hotwire checks the competition's rates every day so they can guarantee their low hotel prices.
HOTWIRE, hotwire.com.
You know, throughout history, folks have suffered from frequent heartburn. But getting heartburn and then treat day after day is a thing of the past. Block the acid with pt6 OTC. And don't get heartburn in the first place.
1 pill each morning, 24 hours, zero heartburn.
Hey, it's me, Progressive Insurance. You know, from our 4,000 television commercials. Yep, there I am with Flo. Watch it. Anywho, 3 million people switched to me last year, saving an average of $475. Oh, it feels good to help people save. With great discounts like Safe Driver, Multi-Car, and Multi-Policy. So call me today. You'll be glad you did. Cannon Box!
So there was a little rain today, huh?
Just a couple little tiny showers. We'll show them to you on the radar in a little bit. And, you know, one or two may pop up tomorrow afternoon, so don't be totally surprised by that. But it's not going to be an all-day rain. And you're right, guys, we have a beautiful weekend on the way after a pretty nice day today. Now, it was a little cloudy, and we did get a couple little showers, but we had some sun through these clouds today. The nice thing was temperatures went up to 80 degrees again. And we expect these little clouds to bubble up into a shower or two and a spot or two tomorrow, but a lot of mixed sunshine. Should be great out there for the Bud Billiken Parade, and we're looking forward to seeing many of you there. That's always a fun parade. Look at this radar close up here. See these little showers? They don't cover a lot of real estate, nor were they expected to, but there's a little vertical build to these. The radar scanning these at about 17,000 feet right now. They've never electrified, so we've had no evidence of lightning with these, and they're moving out. Now, the next weather system of consequence is this area of showers here, and this comes in perhaps Sunday. But the big story this weekend will be seasonable temperatures and many, many dry hours. Still blazingly hot in the south and in the west. We had 82 today. Warmth goes all the way up to the Arctic coast, but a lot of cooling came into Alaska. Fairbanks, where it's been in the 80s, was down to 64 today. The heat or warmth moved eastward into Canada. 73 tonight in Chicago. The cooler air to the north is the air mass that is slowly settling down here. And look at Europe. Still blazingly hot in Eastern Europe. These are the Balkans in here. Temperatures up near 100 degrees today with some relief over Western Europe, parts of Northern Europe. But just to show you, there is some real hot weather going on around the country besides what we see in the southern United States and up in the Arctic regions of Canada. 82 in Chicago today, a 4-degree increase from yesterday. 84 at Midway. We had a little lake breeze. This was day number 53 at or above 80 this year. By comparison, we had 83 of those last year. In other words, we had 57% more 80-degree days than we've had this year, and that's was true the whole season. It was such a warm summer last year. Here are the temperatures tonight. A nice night around Chicago. They're actually warmer than they were 24 hours ago, up 5 or 6 degrees, and we have a light westerly wind blowing. That'll come around to the northeast tomorrow and introduce a little cooling at the beaches, but for the moment they're northwest at 6, the winds are, and we have ragweed low, grass low, and moderate mold and weed reported around the area today. We also had some mid-80s across our weather bug network at Highland Park, at Winnetka, Frankfurt, and Winchester. And there's the view of the skyline as these little cumulus clouds bubbled up. The weather system in our area, the dry air mass for the most part, kept the big rain south. Boy, this is a corridor that's been hit over and over again. Here's some more rain totals today down in Arkansas and Edmond, Oklahoma, 4 to 6 inches of rain. Oklahoma City's had 4.06 inches of rain, and there are flood watches in effect there. So this is where a lot of the northbound moisture is being intercepted before it comes up here and rains on us. Other flood watches out by the Black Hills and in parts of New Mexico. On the other hand, it's so dry, they're worried about wildfires spreading out in the west. Now, this is kind of interesting. This upper airflow, the warm air in the Arctic has caused the jet to go way north and come down here, and this time and again has delivered cool air this summer season and kept us cool. You know, there are signs now, and pretty solid ones, this pattern for the first time this summer is going to break down. And that could mean out in the range of 1 to 2 weeks that we're going to start getting into warmer weather more regularly. But tomorrow, the winds will go around to the northeast. That brings a little cooling in on the shoreline. These are the wind speeds by tomorrow evening. So there'll be a little bit of a chop out there for the mariners, but we'll start the day bright and sunny, and then you'll see how these little showers pop up in scattered fashion in the afternoon. We think only about 10 or 20% of the area may get in on one of these, but I do want to alert you to that because basically high pressure dominates the weekend. That keeps these rains from getting out of control, at least tomorrow and tomorrow night. There is a little wave right here that comes in on Sunday. and that could bring us some moisture in a summer that's been dry. 296 is what we've had in rain. 461 is normal, so we've had about 2/3 the normal amount of rain. And at this time of the year, the evaporation rates are high, so you know, the gardeners start noticing things drying out. But we don't want rain on the weekend, and we're not going to get a lot of it. The isolated showers are, for the most part, out over the lake now and winding down. Clouds will scatter overnight with 55 inland and 64 in the loop. We think 62 will be the official low at O'Hare. Tomorrow, partly sunny. Modestly cooler. 78 is still a nice, near seasonable temperature, and maybe an isolated shower in the afternoon. A few degrees cooler than that 78 at the beaches. Scattered clouds, comfortable later tomorrow night, low 60. And then on Sunday, sun through some building clouds, and there's a little better chance of an afternoon thunderstorm and a spot or two with a high of 82. But, and our 7-day forecast goes from 78 tomorrow and 82 Sunday to 81 on Monday, and then a cooler air mass comes in Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But look at all those sunny days from Tuesday forward.
Ooh, that looks good.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. And we may start warming up the week that follows.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I think a different pattern is starting to set up.
Very nice.
But we've got a week of this to go yet.
All right.
Okay.
See you guys. Have a great weekend.
You too.
All right.
Well, one of the year's biggest fashion shows is back. Chicago's most fashionable and charitable, joining together tonight for the Macy's Glamorama main event at Millennium Park. Glamorama brings music together with the fall's latest fashion from top fashion designers. Sheryl Crow and Cirque du Soleil, just some of the entertainment headliners involved. This is the 29th year of Glamorama, and like every year, the event benefits the Ronald McDonald House charities of Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana.
Behind the success of Macy's, there's philanthropic work going on, and people come to this event, they have a good time, and they see a fantastic show.
I didn't know we got an interview with Sheryl Crow. That's pretty cool, huh,
That's
Mike?
very cool.
Macy's Glamorama has contributed nearly $5 million to children's cancer research with her help. This year's theme is fashion in a new light.
A new coach, but the same old offense. Highlights from the Bears' first preseason game coming up.
And the White Sox sent another star packing. Rich King has the trade details next in sports.
Do you have diabetes? Are you on Medicare? Medicare is changing again. Over 900 suppliers used to send test strips in the mail. Now only a handful are left. Most of you will have to find a new supplier. But you have the right to insist on an accurate meter and strips that need the smallest sample size. Freestyle. It's covered by Medicare and prescribed by thousands of doctors. Call Freestyle. You'll get a Freestyle meter in the mail. Free. Call 855-653-9192.
Cubs Cards, Saturday night at 7 East on WGN America. Live from WGN TV Chicago, the official drawing of the Illinois Lottery.
Good evening. I'm Magdalena Martinez with your winning lottery numbers for Friday, August 9th, 2013. Let's get started with our Pick 3 game. Good luck. First number, 4. Second number, 6. Third and final number, 3. So the winning Pick 3 numbers are 4, 6, 3. Hope you are starting to enjoy the weekend. Make sure that while you're out and about, you pick up some tickets. Lotto is $5.2 million, and the Powerball jackpot is $40 million. Let's get started with our Pick 4. First number, 4. Second number, 6. Third number, 8. Fourth and final number, 5. So the winning Pick 4 numbers are 4, 6, 8, 5. Now it's time for Lucky Day Lotto. Tonight's jackpot is a big $150,000. Hope you have tonight's winning tickets. First number, 8. Second number, 2. Third number, 11. Fourth number, 9, and fifth and final number 13. So Lucky Day Lotto numbers are 8, 2, 11, 9, and 13. I am Magdalena Martinez. Have a wonderful weekend. Good night and good luck.
Tonight's lottery drawing was brought to you by WGN TV and has been supervised by the accounting firm of E.C. Ortiz. The Arlington Million, August 17th, 6 East on WGN America.
Yep, it's finally happened. Mortgage rates have shot up. So what now? Well, if your current rate is higher than the rate in this commercial, you should refi as long as you don't pay any closing costs. Not one dime for that new loan. That means you can save right now, especially if rates go up. And if rates go down, you can refi again without paying that dime. Either way, you win. Make the cash call at 877-890-CASH to refi without closing costs into a 30-year fixed 4.375% rate and APR. That's 877-890-CASH.
Before Allegra, my day belonged to my allergies. After Allegra, it belongs to me.
The power of Allegra relieves your toughest symptoms. It even works on ragweed, the #1 cause of fall allergies. And only Allegra is fast and non-drowsy. Stop suffering. Start living.
Young women are sacrificing so much today, not giving a thought to their own satisfaction. So, you're sacrificing seamless color for the perfect wave?
I mean, surf's up.
Start with the sacrificing. Start here. Light and Fit Greek non-fat yogurt. Thick, creamy, and dude. Twice the protein and 80 calories. Tastes satisfying, right?
It's awesome. Hey, you want to go surfing?
Light and Fit Greek. Denim. Oh, something bit me.
With Hotwire's low prices, we can afford to take more trips this year. Hit the beach in Florida.
And a reunion in Seattle. When hotels have unsold rooms, they use Hotwire to fill them.
So we got our 4-star hotels for half price.
HOTWIRE, Hotwire.com.
Tired of dealing with breakouts? There's a better, faster, easier solution. Now you can get everything you need all in one simple step. From the makers of Proactive comes X-Out.
Everyone was like, what are you using? Your skin looks amazing.
You just wash and rinse. X-Out does the rest. Because even after you rinse, advanced medicine stays behind to fight acne all day. And it feels icy cool on your skin.
It's quick, it's simple, and it gets the job done real fast.
Go to xout.com for more proof, your free gift, and free shipping. X-Out Pimples, fast and simple.
We're all set to bundle your home and auto insurance together. I'll just press this and you'll save on both.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's get ready to bundle!
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Let's get ready to bundle and save. Now that's progressive.
Oh, I think I broke my spleen.
Home insurance provided and serviced by third-party insurers.
Why let constipation weigh you down? As soon as you feel it, try Miralax. It works differently than other laxatives. It draws water into your colon to unblock your system naturally. Don't wait to feel great. Miralax.
Football's back. When the Bears are playing, all we really want to talk about is Bears, it seems.
Well, Bears, this preseason games don't mean that much, but there's a story tonight in this game.
It's not a good
the
one,
real
though.
big story comes in a preseason game when one of your best players suffers an injury. That was sadly the case for the Bears when they played game 1 against the Panthers in Charlotte. Henry Melton suffering a concussion. He was in for just 1 series and had to leave the field. The injury will be pushing back in camp. Hopefully it's a minor concussion. Jay Cutler got picked off in the very first pass he threw. In there for a couple of series, though, was Jay. More than expected. He was 6 for 8 for 56 yards, but that pickoff did not bode well early for him. The Bears fell behind 7-0, but then Jonathan Bostic gives them a big lift. Had a great camp, picks off a Cam Newton pass, off and running. 51 yards for a touchdown. The rest of the game was something for the coaches to evaluate. Some sloppy play on both sides. The Panthers won 24-17. The Bears 0-1.
It's unfortunate to start preseason first drive like that, but thought we bounced back well. Got a few first downs. A lot to work on. So we'll take a look at the film and we'll get back to it on Sunday.
Nobody's ever happy about losing any game, but I thought that indications are that I think as we move forward, we got something to build on, and we've got to come in Sunday morning and be ready to work for the next 3 days and get our focus back on finishing the job of having a great training camp.
All right, baseball. All the White Sox traded Alex Rios to the Rangers for minor league infielder Lurie Garcia. The Sox will give Texas $1 million, but the Rangers will pick up the last year and a half of Rios' contract. Sox save roughly $17 million. The Sox then bringing up Abisail Garcia from the minors. The White Sox brass waiting for him to make to the ballpark for the Twins in Game 1, but did not get there in time for that first game. Big blow coming off the bat of Justin Morneau in the 7th. Grand salami off Nate Jones. Sox 3-game win streak ends. Minnesota takes Game 1, 7-5. Garcia did make it there, though, for Game 2. There he is arriving. During the action, he was struck out and hit by a pitch. The game was 2-2 in the 10th when Dylan Axelrod comes in and does it again. Osvaldo Arcia with a blast that sails out. Minnesota wins it 3-2 to sweep the Twin Bill. After the game, Robin Ventura assessed the Rios trade.
It's tough, I think, for a lot of guys that, we enjoyed him being here and, enjoyed having him play here. I think that's, and he's a good guy, good teammate. So, that's always tough when you see a guy like that go.
In St. Louis, Chris Russin pitched a 6-inning shutout against the Cardinals. First time since 1997, the Cubs have done that in St. Louis. And Junior Lake wins the game with a base hit here in the 7th. Wellington Castillo scores all the way around. And the Cubs add 2 more to make it 3-0. The first time I mentioned the Cubs have shut off the Cardinals in St. Louis since way back in 1997. Tiger Woods is 10 shots off the pace at the halfway point of the PGA Championship, and Phil Mickelson is 11 back. The leader is Jason Duffner. A record-setting day makes the eagle here on the 2nd hole. That sets the stage for a 63, tying the all-time low round in a major and setting the course record at Oak Hill. Duffner has a 2-shot lead over Adam Scott, Matt Kuchar, and Jim Furyk. And the Sky beat Connecticut tonight by a score of 77-61.
Doesn't look good for my prediction for Tiger, huh?
Tiger knows. Got a lot of guys to crawl over. She knows something.
That's it for this Friday night. We're happy to share time with us. I'm Micah Mater.
I'm Tom Negovan. Have a great weekend, everybody. Good night.
Barney and his friends have a way with words.
Suit up! Legendary!
Awesome! They speak their own language.
Inventing your own word shows creativity and vision. Visativity on
How I Met Your Mother.